Excellency, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia.
We're currently witnessing unity in motion for shared values meet shared action. As the Prime Minister of Malaysia steps forward, so too does Malaysia's leadership voice in ASEAN.
Cambodia, a nation that has been increasingly active in promoting cultural diplomacy and connectivity within ASEAN. The Prime Minister of Cambodia steps out and firm handshake with the Malaysian's Prime Minister.
Yeah. Whether ASEAN's future lies in its community, not just rhetoric, because with over 203 million people under the age of 35 across the region, youth engagement is not optional, it is very essential. Now today's forum will definitely shape a powerful signal that ASEAN is ready to invest in its next generation, ensuring that young people are not just beneficiaries but the architects of Southeast Asia's progress. Now we're likely to expect discussions around digital education, innovation hubs, entrepreneurships and civic participation.
And Cambodia and Malaysia share warm and steadily growing bilateral relations marked by cooperation in trade, investment, education and tourism. Diplomatic ties between the two countries have strengthened over the years, with both sides regularly engaging in political dialogues and economic exchange. Malaysia is one of the key investors in Cambodia's banking, construction and agriculture sectors, while thousands of Cambodians benefit from the relationship between Malaysia and Cambodia. Within the ASEAN framework, both nations work closely to promote regional peace, cultural understanding and inclusive development. The relationship continues to evolve with a shared commitment to mutual growth and Southeast ASEAN solidarity.
The leaders are here to chart the course for ASEAN beyond 2025. We're facing new global realities while staying true to their founding spirit of unity and cooperation. ASEAN's nearly 700 million citizens and 4 trillion economy, this bloc is more than just a regional alliance. It's actually a global force. And the partnerships with GCC and China reflect how deeply interconnected the future of Asia and also the Middle East really is. We're looking into from trade to technology, peace and the people. ASEAN's role today is more than vital, because as a host, Malaysia stands at the center from this moment. A convener, a leader, and a proud representative of Southeast Asia's hopes for tomorrow itself.
And indeed, the ASEAN Summit 2025 serves as a very important platform for all member countries to discuss shared challenges, set regional priorities, and strengthen cooperations across various sectors. And through these high-level meetings, leaders are able to coordinate policies on trade, security, climate action, disaster response, digital development, and more to ensure that no member is left behind. The summit also facilitates stronger economic integration, attracting foreign investment and expanding intra-ASEAN trade. Beyond government-level decisions, the summit fosters people-to-people connectivity through education, tourism, and cultural exchange, making ASEAN not just a political bloc, but a united regional community working toward peace, prosperity, and resilience.
As we're witnessing the ceremonial arrival of the ASEAN leaders and partner nations delegates, it is actually a warm welcome being extended by the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, a gesture that reflects Malaysia's long-standing commitment to diplomacy, unity, and leadership within the whole region. Because each handshake and each welcome is a symbol of trust, respect, and the shared vision of a stronger, more inclusive ASEAN. On to this year's theme, inclusivity and sustainability, entirely reflects the ASEAN's forward-looking agenda, one that centers the people, the progress, and the planet.
And we can see now ASEAN delegates at the Kuala Lumpur city center as preparations for the summit proceedings move into full swing. With all member states represented, the stage is set for a day of meaningful dialogue and regional cooperation. And now we shift to the arrivals of the President of Indonesia.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, President of the Republic of Indonesia.
His Excellency Prabowo Subianto. Now the ties between Indonesia and Malaysia is quite strong, looking into the inclusivity and sustainability for both countries, because each handshake and welcome is a symbol of trust, respect, and a shared vision of a stronger and more inclusive ASEAN within the region itself, and both countries share the same value.
As the President of the Republic of Indonesia, one of Southeast Asia's largest economy and a founding member of ASEAN, Indonesia remains a pillar of regional stability, and its presence today underscores Jakarta's enduring commitment to ASEAN solidarity.
We're witnessing Malaysia's leadership at a moment that will shape ASEAN's direction for years. Now, this isn't just about deals. It's about defining the future of regional cooperation within all of the ASEAN member states. As the chair of ASEAN 2025, Malaysia is proud to host this pivotal moment where diplomacy meets opportunity and where regional cooperation is poised to take bold new step forward.
And as Malaysia and Indonesia share a deep and enduring relationship rooted in shared history, language, culture, and religion, as founding members of ASEAN, both countries play key roles in promoting regional unity and cooperation. Bilateral ties cover a wide range of sectors, including trade, labor, security, and environmental protection. While occasional challenges arise, such as border issues of labor-related concerns, these are typically addressed through diplomatic dialogue.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, Prime Minister of the Lao People's Democratic Republic.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency Senazir Srafon, the Lao government, so the head of the government itself, onto the ASEAN summit, being welcomed by Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. Now, the annual gathering of leaders from the 10 ASEAN countries, current discussions within the summit itself is on to regional security, climate change and sustainability, to digital economy and innovation, to strengthening the intra-ASEAN cooperation. And we look forward to what's coming ahead for all the country leaders.
And in addition to that, Malaysia and the Lao People's Democratic Republic enjoy cordial and steadily growing bilateral relations grounded in mutual respect and regional cooperation. Diplomatic ties between the two nations have strengthened over the years, particularly in areas such as trade, investment, education, and technical assistance. Malaysia has been supportive of Laos' development goals, offering capacity building programs through initiatives like the Malaysian Technical Cooperation Program.
As this year's ASEAN Chair 2025, it means that Malaysia is responsible for setting the theme, agenda and the tone of ASEAN's work for the year. With the theme this year, ASEAN 2025, a community of one, inclusivity and sustainability. Malaysia's Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim is personally welcoming all the delegates, showing Malaysia's leadership on the global stage.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Arriving next is the President of the Republic of the Philippines, where we can see a strong advocate for maritime cooperation and regional peace. Philippines continues to play an active role in shaping ASEAN's position on regional security and human rights.
As a dialogue partner of ASEAN itself, participating in the summit is to reaffirm the economic and diplomatic ties, particularly in perhaps supply chain resilience, maritime security, high-tech and green development, to educational, cultural exchanges. Now this year's ASEAN Summit is a huge matter. It's a reset button for leaders to chart the course for ASEAN beyond 2025 and more. We're facing a new global realities while staying true and committed to the founding spirit of unity and cooperation between the ASEAN nation. Malaysia's diplomatic stewardship plays a key role in balancing the competing interests, as well as promoting the constructive dialogue to ensure regional stability among the ASEAN region, to the Gulf Cooperation Council, and even the ASEAN GCC China Economic Summit itself. Ladies and gentlemen, with ASEAN's nearly 700 million citizens and about 4 trillion economy, now this bloc is more than just a regional alliance. A global force of partnerships, commitment and partnerships throughout the GCC and the China reflects how deeply interconnected the future of Asia and the Middle East really is.
And as Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim hoped to bring a clear vision to the table one that prioritizes unity, shared prosperity, and inclusive development across Southeast Asia. And he is expected to focus on key areas such as economic recovery, climate resilience, and digital transformation, and strengthening ASEAN's centrality amid the global uncertainties. TRਦੋC Anwar also hopes the summit will reinforce mutual respect and solidarity among member states, fostering a people-centered ASEAN that not only responds effectively to current challenges, but is also well prepared for the future.
ASEAN 2025, a summit that is more than ceremonial, a statement of intent and leadership for the leaders.
Well, in this matter, Malaysia has demonstrated true preparedness to host the ASEAN Summit 2025, showcasing its commitment to regional leadership and cooperation, from upgrading the world-class facilities at the Kuala Lumpur City Centre or Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre to ensuring the security protocols. Every detail has been meticulously planned to provide a conducive environment for productive dialogue. The government has also coordinated extensively with the various ministries, local authorities, and ASEAN partners to facilitate seamless logistics, media coverage, and cultural activities. Beyond the physical arrangements, Malaysia has crafted a comprehensive summit agenda focused on critical regional issues, reflecting both the country's diplomatic priorities and the collective aspirations of ASEAN member states.
And security remains the bedrock of ASEAN cooperation. With this year alone, it includes both traditional and non-traditional threats. We're looking into cybersecurity, maritime tensions in the South China Sea, and the humanitarian concerns in Myanmar are all on the table. And as always, ASEAN walks a fine line, maintaining regional neutrality while advocating for peace, sovereignty, and overall dialogue for all. Today's defense and diplomacy discussions will be crucial to watch for the whole nation, and in fact, the whole world. But Malaysia's diplomatic stewardship plays a significant key role in balancing competing interests and promoting the constructive dialogues to ensure regional stability and security as the whole ASEAN nation.
And as ASEAN chairman for 2025, Malaysia wishes to foster a stronger, more resilient and united Southeast Asia. And Malaysia envisions an ASEAN that only deepens economic integration, but also advances social inclusivity, environmental sustainability, and digital innovation. In this matter, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, TRਦੋC Anwar Ibrahim, hopes to enhance cooperation on pressing challenges such as climate change, food security, and regional peace, ensuring that ASEAN remains relevant and proactive amid the global uncertainties. Above all, Malaysia aspires for ASEAN to be a people-centered community that uplift the welfare of all its citizens. And we can now see the official car for the Vietnamese delegation arriving at the venue, marking the arrival of the Prime Minister of Vietnam here at KLCC for the ASEAN Summit 2025.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
His Excellency Phạm Minh Chính, the Prime Minister of Vietnam, is approaching Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. British handshake and welcome, trust, respect and a shared vision for a more stronger, inclusive ASEAN. And together, we are witnessing it all as a nation.
Vietnam, a country recognized for its rapid economic growth and active participation in regional trade agreements. The Malaysian and Vietnamese leaders share a warm greeting, symbolic of strong bilateral ties.
What we're witnessing today is a formation of all the vision into action. With every pen stroke echoes a message of partnerships and progress to discussions and partnerships. And today's discussion centers around some of the most urgent priorities so far time. Regional resilience to sustainable innovation. With the theme, inclusivity and sustainability, not being just a buzzword, they are the blueprints for the ASEAN's future for the next generation. And we're looking forward to what's ahead to come. The ceremonial arrival of ASEAN leaders and partner nation delegates being welcomed by the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, a gesture that reflects Malaysia's long-standing commitment to the unity, diplomacy, peace, leadership, and collaboration within the region.
And now,
announcing the arrival of His Majesty Sultan and Yang Pertuan of Negara Brunei Darussalam.
the arrival of Sultan of Brunei Darussalam, His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassanal Bolkiah Muizzuddin wa Daulah Ibni Almarhum Sultan Haji Omar Ali Saifuddin Sa'adul Khairi wa Din.
Now, some of the focus areas for the ASEAN summit itself is on the trade integration and digital economy, to the infrastructure of ports, logistics and transportation, energy transition of solar, hydrogen, as well as EVs, that are known to the artificial intelligence, AI, innovation and future industries. Now, this summit reflects the future of global economic alignment between ASEAN and the Middle East moving closer together, with China as the key player itself.
And it is a great honor and privilege to welcome His Majesty here today. Malaysia is deeply grateful for His Majesty's presence and leadership in strengthening ties within ASEAN and beyond. Brunei Darussalam and Malaysia share a long-standing and close relationship rooted in shared history, culture, language and religion. As neighboring countries and fellow members of ASEAN, both nations enjoy excellent bilateral ties, particularly in the area of trade, defense, education and Islamic affairs. Cooperation between Brunei and Malaysia is marked by mutual respect and a commitment to regional peace and prosperity, making their relationship a model of strong neighborly and diplomatic engagement within Southeast Asia.
With the ASEAN 2025, it deepened the ties in various areas, inclusive renewable energy, food security, tourism and aviation for the whole region itself. We'll look into the review of the ASEAN 2025 blueprint from political, security, economic and social-cultural, as well as the future strategic direction of ASEAN beyond 2025. As we're looking into engagements with external partners with China, the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, and other special invitees, the focus is on regional peace, digital economy, climate goals, youth and connectivity.
And now all ASEAN leaders have taken their places in the main hall, signaling the official start of the ASEAN Summit 2025 here in Kuala Lumpur.
In 2025, Malaysia opens its doors to ASEAN, a celebration of unity and culture, bringing every moment of ASEAN 2025 to you, only on RTM.
On the 22nd of November 2015, ASEAN took a major step forward, declaring itself an official community. This means closer collaboration across three main pillars: political security community, a rules-based, people-centered ASEAN promoting peace and stability, a resilient community ready to face both traditional and non-traditional security threats, ensuring ASEAN's centrality in regional and global mechanisms. Second, economic community, a competitive, trade-friendly economy that integrates seamlessly into global value chains. Benefits are equitably shared, focusing on SMEs, youth and women entrepreneurs, enhanced connectivity and infrastructure to drive productivity and integration. Lastly, socio-cultural community, an inclusive community with equitable access to opportunities and a high quality of life, promotes sustainability and environmental protection, a resilient and adaptable community embodying the values of ASEAN and a strong identity. This ASEAN 2025 initiative paves the way for peace, economic integration and social responsibility, ensuring a future-ready ASEAN for its people and the world.
This year, the 46th ASEAN Summit and related summits bring together Southeast Asia's leaders for a more brighter and connected future.
With peace, prosperity, and partnership at heart, the summit paved the way for regional collaboration in trade, climate action, digital innovation, and more. More than a meeting of minds, it's a celebration of diversity, diplomacy, and determination. Join us as we write the next chapter of ASEAN's journey, inclusivity and sustainability. Welcome to the 46th ASEAN Summit and related summits.
Follow daily reports and live coverage on TV1, Saluran Berita, and RTM ASEAN.
Malaysia, a nation of promise and progress, proudly steps into the ASEAN Chairmanship in 2025. A decade ago, we held the chair as the ASEAN community was born in Kuala Lumpur. And now, Malaysia is once again ready to drive progress and empower the people of Southeast Asia. ASEAN is now more than an association of nations. It is a symphony of shared dreams.
Welcome back to our coverage of the ASEAN Summit 2025. Just moments ago, we witnessed the official arrival of ASEAN leaders here at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center. With all the leaders are now here, the summit will soon proceed with the main meeting sessions where key regional issues will be addressed.
And this year's summit comes at a pivotal juncture. With ASEAN's Community Vision 2025 nearing its horizon, today's discussion will help shape the post-2025 agenda, one that must be bold, forward-looking and resilient to uncertainty. Malaysia's leadership will likely emphasize strategic themes: digital innovations, sustainable development, youth empowerment, and the centrality of ASEAN in maintaining peace and balance in the Indo-Pacific.
ASEAN heads of government and heads of states are now being ushered into conference hall for the next agenda of the day. And before the session begins, a group photograph will be taken with the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, marking a symbolic moment of unity and regional cooperation at the ASEAN Summit 2025.
The head of state and the government of ASEAN and Timor-Leste, and His Excellency Secretary General of ASEAN to please proceed to the stage for a group photo session. Thank you. First, the formal pose. Allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. And now, the ASEAN way. Right hand over the left. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Excellencies. You may kindly take your seats.
Your Majesty, ASEAN Heads of State and Government, Ministers, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good morning. It's our distinct honor and privilege to warmly welcome my brothers and sisters, in fact niece, to the 46th ASEAN Summit. We say, Selamat Datang. Malaysia is honored to chair ASEAN this year with a special significance, a decade since the establishment of the ASEAN community. At the same time, we'll adopt a forward-looking 20-year vision that necessitates our unwavering commitment and collective resolve. I would like to take note to congratulate Prime Minister Lawrence Wong for the convincing victory in Singapore. Welcome. Otherwise, we'll have a new member. These milestones offer a renewed sense of optimism and confidence for ASEAN, underscored by remarkable resilience against a backdrop of increasingly complex and sobering global developments. Nevertheless, we are thankful for the spirit of centrality and the fraternity among ASEAN member states in being able to come together to forge a common front in dealing with these challenges, including the recent initiative or pronouncement on unilateral tariffs from the United States. As for Myanmar, we have been able to take positive steps within the formation of an informal advisory group for Malaysia as the ASEAN chair for 2025. I must thank all leaders for giving this tacit approval for the setting up of this informal group under former Prime Minister Dr. Thaksin Shinawatra. We met first, of course, His Majesty the Sultan of Brunei for his wisdom and most senior member of ASEAN, and follow-up meetings, and the next meeting with former Prime Minister of Cambodia, Samdech Hun Sen. Quiet engagement matters, and this small and the breach may be fragile, but as they say, in matters of peace, even a fragile breach is better than a widening gulf. I strongly believe in the fortitude and staying power of ASEAN to withstand the headwinds and weather the storms of the challenges and uncertainties facing us. In this regard, I must again thank you, the leaders, for your trust, your friendship, and excellent relations at the personal level, at the bilateral level, and the ASEAN level. To be able to, for us together, to convene the first ever ASEAN GCC China Summit, which demonstrates our reservoir of goodwill, empowering us to deepen and expand our partnership and to act with strategic clarity. Above all, we must preserve the multilateral system and ensure that the ASEAN GCC China geo-economic model continues to play a meaningful role in forging a more inclusive and sustainable future for our region and our people. And as the mandate consensus achieved by the foreign ministers in Langkawi earlier this year, I have taken the liberty also to write to President Donald J. Trump to seek his understanding to organize a US-ASEAN meeting, which means we observe seriously the spirit of centrality. It speaks not only to our aspirations, but to our obligations. It is anchored in the conviction that ASEAN's future must rest on the twin pillars of equitable, sustainable growth and enduring resilience. Your Majesty, Excellencies, may I again reiterate my appreciation and thanks to the colleagues. When we embark on a new journey, including having to meet the various forces in Myanmar, the hospitality of Prime Minister Paetongtarn in Bangkok, you gave me that endorsement. And following that, I give the report informally to all leaders. When we encountered this problem with the tariff, we said proceed with bilateral meetings, but retain the ASEAN consensus, and without exception, all ASEAN leaders gave that tacit approval. I must truly appreciate, and with the coordination of the Secretariat. So I now have the honor to declare the 46th ASEAN Summit officially open. Terima kasih, and as usual, with due respects, we have to ask the media to quickly leave the room. Thank you. Off the record, Lawrence Wong must give us a treat for the exceptional, convincing victory. Later, lunch. Right. May I begin the closed session? Topic 1 is ASEAN community building and the way forward, and topic 2 be ASEAN external relations. May I, on behalf of all leaders, invite the indefatigable worker committed to ASEAN, the ASEAN Secretary General, to deliver the progress report on ASEAN community building and ASEAN external relations. We'll focus again, as I said, on two agenda items: ASEAN community building and the way forward, and ASEAN external relations. I'm proposing that we address the two topics together so that we can limit the time and scope of the discussions. If it's agreeable, we'll proceed now with Excellency Dr. Kao Kim Hoon, Secretary General of ASEAN, to deliver the progress report on the two issues. Please.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Prime Minister Dr. Anwar Ibrahim, Chair of ASEAN, Your Majesty, Your Excellency, leaders of ASEAN. It is my distinct honor to address the plenary session of the 46th ASEAN Summit this morning. I extend my sincere congratulations to you, Your Excellency, Mr. Chair, on your exemplary leadership of ASEAN under this year's themes of inclusivity and sustainability. I also warmly welcome President Prabowo Subianto to his inaugural ASEAN Summit and congratulate Prime Minister Lavrov on his election victory. I look forward to your guidance in steering our collective journey forward. This year marks a historic milestone for ASEAN as we conclude the ASEAN Community Vision 2025 and adopt the ASEAN Community Vision 2045 and its 4 strategic plans. These documents articulate our collective ambition and share aspirations to build a resilient, innovative,
In 2025, Malaysia opens its doors to ASEAN, a celebration of unity and culture, bringing every moment of ASEAN 2025 to you only on RTM.
On the 22nd of November 2015, ASEAN took a major step forward, declaring itself an official community. This means closer collaboration across three main pillars: political security community, a rules-based, people-centered ASEAN promoting peace and stability, a resilient community ready to face both traditional and non-traditional security threats, ensuring ASEAN's centrality in regional and global mechanisms. Second, economic community, a competitive trade-friendly economy that integrates seamlessly into global value chains. Benefits are equitably shared, focusing on SMEs, youth and women entrepreneurs, enhanced connectivity and infrastructure to drive productivity and integration. Lastly, socio-cultural community, an inclusive community with equitable access to opportunities and a high quality of life, promotes sustainability and environmental protection, a resilient and adaptable community embodying the values of ASEAN and a strong identity. This ASEAN 2025 initiative paves the way for peace, economic integration and social responsibility, ensuring a future-ready ASEAN for its people and the world.
This year, the 46th ASEAN Summit and related summits bring together Southeast Asia's leaders for a more brighter and connected future.
With peace, prosperity, and partnership at heart, the summit paved the way for regional collaboration in trade, climate action, digital innovation, and more. More than a meeting of minds, it's a celebration of diversity, diplomacy, and determination. Join us as we write the next chapter of ASEAN's journey, inclusivity and sustainability. Welcome to the 46th ASEAN Summit and related summits.
Follow daily reports and live coverage on TV1, Saluran Berita, and RTM ASEAN.
Malaysia, a nation of promise and progress, proudly steps into the ASEAN Chairmanship in 2025. A decade ago, we held the chair as the ASEAN community was born in Kuala Lumpur. And now, Malaysia is once again ready to drive progress and empower the people of Southeast Asia. ASEAN is now more than an association of nations. It is a symphony of shared dreams, the chorus of hopes intertwined. It breathes with the rhythm of unity, with a vision that lights the path to a brighter tomorrow. Together we have forged a path towards peace, stability, and prosperity. Through the trials and triumphs, ASEAN has grown even stronger. Today, we stand as an economic powerhouse, poised to become the world's fourth largest economy. Our resilience is unshakable, our resolve unwavering. In 2025, we will forge ahead, bold, confident, and unyielding. This is ASEAN's moment to shine. As chair, Malaysia will embrace the future with a clear vision. We will champion inclusivity, creating a region where every voice soars and no one is left behind. We will drive sustainability in all we do, securing the long-term well-being of our people. Together, we will build a future where everyone can thrive.
ASEAN is a community of nations, of shared dreams, an excellent example of how neighbors can sit down and work together for the betterment of our people.
In 2025, under the guiding light of the ASEAN Community Vision 2045, a new chapter will begin. This marks the start of a 20-year journey, a journey where we rise not as separate nations, but as one. One community bound by progress, peace, and purpose. One vision driven by the promise of a greater future for generations to come. Together, we will shape a future of shared peace, stability, and prosperity where our unity drives us forward and our legacy endures. Welcome to where it all begins anew.
Selamat datang, welcome to Malaysia.
We come from diverse locations. We have different appearances. We live in various ways. We love in different manners. We practice our faith in distinct ways. Yet amid these differences, there are many things we share. We share relationships and trust. We embrace unity in diversity. We pursue sustainable economic development for collective well-being. For the sake of future peace and prosperity, we are one. We are ASEAN, and this is the ASEAN way. In 2025, Malaysia proudly leads the ASEAN community into a new era of unity, growth, and opportunity. Together with 10 Southeast Asian nations, Malaysia is driving progress in trade, innovation, sustainability, and tourism. Explore the best of Malaysia, from its stunning landscapes to its rich cultural heritage. Be part of global events